This third card spoke to that too. And this third card is the Ten of Wands in reverse. Now, I'm going to show you it upright. So upright, I want y'all to see this guy. He is carrying 10 sticks. Now, those sticks are sprouting. They do have branches at the top. They have greenery. So they're sprouting. And that means like there's something good coming out of it, right? If this card was in the upright, but it wasn't for us. See, in the upright, it is responsibility, burden, hard work. Um, I couldn't read that one. Achievement, effort. That's this card in the upright. And the word burden here, for me, what I got when I was first looking at this card and did not record it, um, I got that this is your gifts. These are your gifts. Your knowing, your ability to hear, to see, to again heal, to communicate, to change people's lives. It's a burden to you, even though it is a blessing, right? And you could still walk in it, you could still achieve in it, but you didn't. You got it in the upright. I didn't. I got in the upright because this also means, in the reverse, lack of effort, shirking responsibilities, feeling overwhelmed, procrastination, and burnout. And what did I tell you? I was in burnout. And you see those sticks? You can put them down at any time. This is not your purpose. This is your own path. This is what you've chosen to do. You picked up all those sticks. You picked up all that responsibility. Yes, you took that job. Yes, you went ahead and accepted that promotion, even though you didn't want it. Yes, you took in people into your home. Yes, you took on a relationship that costs you more than it gives. You picked up all these sticks. You had a baby to save your marriage, a marriage that honestly wasn't worth saving because just one person was trying to save it. You did this. Me, I did this. Not those stories, but I did my own thing because part of my burnout was I was doing too much. I worked a full day. I came home and worked a full day. I was also a mother. I was also a partner. I was also leading calls as a coach. I was also building my own website. I picked up all these sticks. I worked myself to death. I created my burnout. Why? Because I wasn't in alignment. You can put them down. It might feel painful to the people you're putting it down, to the people whose sticks you're dropping. Yeah, it's gonna feel painful, but guess what? They're gonna have to learn how to do. Pick up their own stick, carry their own stick, because your back doesn't need to be hunched over anymore. You don't need the health problems that come with that, with being out of alignment. Because you know what God did for me? He took, I was gonna say he stole. He took all my sticks. I lost everything. I lost it all. And it hurt like hell. I lost it all. And I cried so much over it. I'm still getting some stings right now. I lost it all. I could have put stuff down and got back in alignment, but instead I I shirked the responsibility of doing what I was called here to do. I was supposed to be writing and telling stories and helping people see themselves better. I was supposed to be owning and accepting who I am instead of trying to be who other people said I was supposed to be. I shirked my own responsibilities of being who God called me to be. And I created my overwhelm. I didn't even put effort into my purpose. I went the other way. So consider that for yourself. Is that you? Y'all let me know if this is you so far. I'm really interested in that. And now, hopefully I'm recording. I am. We're gonna get to this one. I think it was it. I think it was upright. I don't think I put it down wrong. All right, so let me see what I get intuitively. My eyes keep leaking. Okay, so this is Seven of Wands. By the way, this is Ten of Wands reverse. This is Seven of Wands. Oh man. Okay. Y'all see that? So you see the wands, they still have growth. All right, let's look at it real quick and then we'll talk. So it says here, the quote that's on here. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. The Ten of Wands, the quote that was there was, you may feel weighed down, but remember, you have the power to lighten your load. So what responsibilities are overwhelming you? All right. So then we get into this one, and it says, how can you assert your beliefs and stand your ground? Stand firm in your convictions and defend what you believe in. All right, so the keywords here are challenge, competition, defense, perseverance, and courage. What's standing out for me, and you tell me what stands out for you, because something else may be standing out for you. But for me, the word that stood out was courage, right? Starting this channel was courage for me. Telling people that I can see, I can hear is courage for me. Signing up for a mediumship development class was courage for me. Doing this card reading is courage for me because I'm a person who needs to be perfect. And I had to be reminded that my thematic word of the year is perfectly imperfect. And so, like I said, I'm learning, right? And so we're going to go through this and then we're going to talk to ChatGPT. I'm going to show you how this goes. Okay. So let's take a look at the card real quick, though, so we can read it intuitively and study what we're getting out of it, right? Look at that. One thing that I saw is how he was straddling two places essentially, right? And so on one hand, and this is myself, right? This one, this is a meaning that's coming up for me. Y'all let me know what you're getting out of it down in the comments below. But for me, I have been lately trying to straddle the two worlds, the old way and this way. This way that feels effortless, this way, effortless. Okay. And this way that feels like water. I love that we get water here. We don't have, well, we have a little water in the pentacles, but we have a flowing water, right? We have a flowing water. And what I also like, and I get it, it said that it's about standing firm, but what I also like here is that that water is what's shaping the ground we stand on. And water is very spiritual to me, right? So you have to be both in one regard. You have to be human and spirit, but you got to still let spirit flow. You can't dam it up. And the other thing too is you've got to put your foot in the ground, not your foot. Um, you need to stake your ground. You need to put what's yours to grow in the ground. Okay. And it's going to require effort. I want you to see that. He's not doing this easily, but it ain't hard. He's almost done putting it in there. So I want you to, okay, I'm getting this. I want you to look at the things that you've already put in the ground. You have 6 things you've already put in the ground, 6 major steps that have the potential to grow into something. It could be a relationship you fed into, like your family ships, or a friendship you fed into, or a stranger who has become a friend, or is just like some kind of community that you're growing into. This could be you starting a book that, and book you already started, right? Maybe. I'm saying maybe because that book could be the one that's in your hand, right? But you have 6 things that you have put in your ground. I want you to look at it. I want you to go back over your path. I want you to see what has shaped you. And these are going to be the parts that are fluid, right? These are going to be the parts that were spirit led. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Like that type of thing, right? So I want you to think about that for yourself. And then what is it that's in your hands right now? And it feels like a lot of this is going back to what's in your hands. Okay. And so if we're tying that in to the value that's in your hands, the potential of money, the potential of profit, or just value overall, as well as your spiritual tools in your hands, such as your sword, that could be your mic, You could be that could be your camera, that could be your own social media, that could be your love of hosting workshops and classes, that could be your ability to take complex information and make it simple. So that's already in your hand. Your spiritual gifts are already in your hands. And then this is your other thing. This is creation. This is going to be what gets to grow, what gets to take root, what gets to branch out, what gets to produce fruit. So, what else is in your hands that you have been hovering above the ground? Put it down, put it in the earth so it can grow. Stop thinking about it. This is a card of action. At least that's how I'm reading it. This is a card of action. And also, he is wearing a green shirt. So I'm getting prosperity. I'm getting prosperity from that. And again, the sky was just so blue and so open, not even a cloud in the sky. So that's your path too. It is so wide, it is so open. Go forward. All right. Now, again, like I said, we were talking about losses and stuff, right? And so here comes the tower. And the tower is in reverse. And the tower is supposed to be this one I hear so much in all the readings I watch. It's like transformation, the end of something, the beginning of something else, right? And so the tower itself has this question here of what structures in your life need to be broken down for new opportunities to emerge. And the saying here is sometimes destruction is necessary to make way for new growth because change is inevitable. And y'all, that is so true. So this is the unexpected and the unavoidable, right? So think about your life. But in the reverse, y'all, the words we have here is avoiding disaster, delaying the inevitable, your fear of change, your stagnation. Mm-hmm. This is making some heavy sense to me. All right, so avoiding disaster. I can't tell you how many times I kept trying to put off that eviction. I would do a fire sale of my course, or, at some point, like my pride broke and people asked for my Cash App and my Venmo, so I sent it. Like, I tried so hard not to get that eviction. Then I tried so hard not to have to leave Georgia. Then I tried so hard not to have to move into my parents' room, house. But all I was doing was delaying the inevitable. Delaying the inevitable. And when you delay what is going to happen for your good, you make things worse. Yeah, you do. You might burn bridges that don't need to be burnt. They just need to be taken off your map. um, you might hurt people in relationships, or you might be hurt in a relationship. You might find yourself tied to somebody you didn't need to be tied to because you were avoiding something. You might find that someone passes before y'all can have any kind of reconciliation, or before you can even say, I'm sorry. Delaying the inevitable is not going to stop it from coming. It just adds other shit. Sorry. And that fear of change, man, listen, I feared being homeless so much that when it finally happened, I was like, what? I slept in a car for 2 days. Luckily, I wasn't homeless, but I had to sleep in a car for 2 days. And then a friend paid for a hotel for 2 days. And then we came to Miami. So fearing change is not going to stop change from happening either. It's all inevitable. It's kind of like the shit show we're in. This was going to be inevitable. Whether she won or not, that didn't happen. This shit show had to happen. And unfortunately, there are casualties to it. But there is no but. And I'm sorry there's casualties to it. But one thing, and I said this before on my TikTok, my other TikTok page, is that God doesn't cause the pain, but he will use that pain for purpose. And, I had a premonition dream the weekend he sent those people to El Salvador. And my dream said, okay, everything's in motion now. Like, this is going to be his downfall. And it is so far. There are lawsuits, the international courts have gotten involved. Okay, we're not going to make this political. But I'm saying we could not avoid it, because even if we managed to avoid it, even if she was declared winner, we would have still had some kind of civil war. It would have been a bloodbath for sure, from people who were very racist and very angry. So this had to happen. It was inevitable. It was inevitable because it was going to happen regardless. Meaning, even if we got away with it again these 4 years, in the next 4 years, or in the next 2 years, we still have to deal with this. It was going to happen because we were being stagnant. And to bring this back to our life, at least for myself, this is absolutely true. And I was in such a panic and so much fear of change, I could not think of how to get out of it. I kept trying to lean on the old ways. But again, I wasn't leaning on my own value. I wasn't leaning on my own spiritual gifts. I wasn't dealing with what was actually in my hands. This was inevitable. All right. And so we can look at this card. And in this card, they are falling out because lightning hit. We can either say they're falling out or they're jumping out. Um, and honestly, it feels like both sides. Like one is going down correctly and one is going down like they got thrown. So this is, when lightning strikes, when the sudden happens, are you prepared? But if you're so busy being stuck, you're the one who's getting thrown. And I did. Oh, child, I got thrown. I got thrown. Um, I hope you didn't. But y'all let me know how this is going so far for you. Let me know in the comments. And then we got the lovers card. Okay. We got the lovers card. There we go. I want you to see it. Come on. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to do that. It's the Adam and Eve card, right? So you have naked bodies, so I can't do that. Naked bodies. Let's see. Yaddy, 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 yaddy. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you this way. I'm gonna cover their bodies. Okay. Under the red ribbon is them. And you see above them is like this benevolency, right? Like this big old angel, this red wing angel, the huge sun behind it. So this is God ordained, this is heavenly, this is scripture. And again, it's an Adam and Eve. Let me see if you can see people. So I don't know if you can see it. Okay, but you see those are people. So that's Adam and Eve, and they're standing there in their naked flesh. Oh, and between, oh, okay. Oh, and there's a snake in the tree. Oh man, I wish I could show you this. Um, but I wanted to point out, let me see if I can do this very, very thing. Okay, this might work. I wanted to point out, not necessarily a snake in the tree. It's in the tree by the Eve character, but in the middle is a volcano or a mountain or something that drives a wedge between them, right? It's something that's driving a wedge. You see that wedge? Okay. So Uh, let's talk about it. All right. So in the upright card, this is a Gemini card. I'm a Gemini. It says here, the question is, oh, hold on. So for the tower, the questions were, what structures in your life need to be broken down for new opportunities to emerge? I think we did that. Yeah, I think you did that. And then I just chose not to break them down. I kept trying to do things the old way. All right, so the Lover's card, that question is about, this card is about what decisions do you need to make, what decisions do you need to make about love and relationships? And so the statement here is that love is not about possession. Love is about appreciation. Hmm. So this speaks to my own story because as I told you, I lost everything, and that included a relationship. Like at one point we had separated for 4 months and it looked like that was it. That was the end. And then God just kept telling me, nope, wait, wait, wait. And I'm like, God, this man left me. I don't want him back. And he's like, just wait. I'm like, what do you mean just wait? Like, it was some more stuff to that, but I was like, I don't want him back. He left me. Do you understand? I got abandonment issues, you know? Um, but that time apart also taught me that I wasn't without my own blame. And I'm not saying that as, oh, what did I do? It was like, girl, you really did not treat this man like a human being. You would talk, never listen. I don't mean like listen to directives, but listen to his own hopes and his dreams. It was just a lot of different things. There was a wedge that was growing between us, like mountains that grow, like in this card. Um, and so in the reverse, that's what it is. It's a loss of balance. It's disharmony. It's imbalance. It's temptation. It's difficult choices. And at least for me, during this time frame that we're talking about, this wilderness season, I experienced all of that. All of that. And yes, there was a snake in the garden. In fact, I kept seeing this woman as a snake, who was tempting him and, stuff like that. And he fell for it. But beyond that, um, but again, by not being in harmony, not just with your partner, not just with your family, not just with your business, but also with yourself. Also with yourself. Because in this card, I wish I can show you this card better. She is looking up to God and he is looking over to her. And in my own relationship, it was kind of like that because I was the one who knew I had a bigger purpose. So I'm trying to get it. And as you see, I'm here in spirit. Like I'm doing the spiritual thing. And he was looking at me, and he still kind of is, but he's doing it differently now. Now he's walking in something, his own purpose. But he's looking at me like, how do I take care of you? How do I add to your life? And now when it's done the right way, that's really interesting. It's really interesting that, in the story of Adam and Eve, it's really man hearing from God, and then her hearing from just a snake. But in this picture, she's looking up at the godlike figure, the sun, you know, and she's looking up at him. And um, let's see. Okay, you see, she's the one looking up at him. And so this is for those ladies. Um, yes, okay. This is for those ladies, those purpose ladies. That's where you're here. This is what we talk about. We talk about purpose, we talk about path, we talk about chosen and calling and whatnot on this channel. So you do know that you're bigger. You do know that you're bigger. And you're not letting yourself be supported. Why is that bringing me tears? Oh my gosh. Because in that reverse, you're not allowing yourself to be supported. God's giving you the calling. He'll give it to him in a second, or he'll give it to whoever's in your circle in a second. But he's giving you the calling. And to be in the upright position is to keep your face upright on him. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. Stay connected to your spirituality, your full spirituality. Don't limit God to a Bible. Mm-mm-mm. So limit God to some pages. God existed before there was a book. God knew you before there was a book. You got to keep your face turned up to the sun. Oh my God. And when you do not, when you put your face down, when you grind, when you work so hard, when you hustle, when you overburden yourself and carry too many sticks, you're looking down. You're not looking up. for direction, for guidance, for protection, for assistance, for love. But also, you're not allowing your partner, your friends, your family to support you. You are worthy of support. And let me just say that you are worthy of support, real support. And right now, I'm finally experiencing that. Like I said, we've worked this thing out, we've talked it out, we've learned everything and still learning about each other. But he's supporting me even in this, even in going to a mediumship circle, you know? I find it so weird. I was telling my therapist, I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what it's like to be fully supported. My parents are supporting me. And the first year, I was like, I need to find a job. I need to hustle. I need to grind. I need to pay them back. I don't want to feel beholden to them. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to. And they're like, chill. I know you're doing what you need to do. Do it. But don't just rush back into teaching. That almost killed you. Don't step backwards. Trust the process, live the process, accept the process, but stay in process. Okay? So those are the cards that popped out. I don't think I'm going to do the other reading. Not right now. Maybe I'll just do another one in a second. It's 2:41. I didn't even mark time. Okay. And so we had this final card that popped out. And not only did it pop out, it popped out turned over. Everything else fell face forward. This did not. And this card, I feel like reveals the future if you do all of this. This card was the not yet seen card because we were talking about how we got here. How we got here. By ignoring our value, by not wielding our own spiritual gifts, by waiting for someone else to see our value, for waiting for people to approach us, not marketing ourselves, not stepping out, not doing the nudgings that we're called to do. If you were called to have a community meeting or live workshops or volunteer or whatever it is that you've been whispered and called and God tapped on the shoulder, and we're still going, I don't think that's me. I'm not ready yet. I'm not perfect. That's how we got here. That's how we got here. But this right here, this is what happens when we walk forward in purpose, in spirit, in calling, with value, and our gifts. This is you, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. So the question here is, will emotions be balanced and stable in a situation? It says, be in your heart space before making any decision, but don't be over emotional. The key phrases here, emotional stability, empathy, intuition, and nurturing. So, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So again, she's got something in her hand. She's got something in her hands. I've never like looked at this card, but you see what's beneath her feet? First of all, she's surrounded by water. And again, water is spirit and intuition. So she's living in her intuition, her next to it. She has her body in the physical realm, but she's very next to, close to, in close proximity with her spiritual self. And also at her feet on this beach are colorful rocks, pebbles, shells, what have you. Those are all beneath her feet. Ah. And at first I was like, dang, she's looking down. So she's looking despondent. This seems like it's not a very good card. But then y'all, I don't know if you can see it. And then I look at her face. Oh my goodness. Come on. Help me out, baby. You see that? That's a smile. That's peace. She is bolstered up by angels in her chair. Ooh, and he has a fish. So she gonna eat. Spiritually, she is taken care of. She has these colorful rocks. Her life is going to be colorful. It's going to be beautiful. She has angels above her head, cherubs. She has a beautiful gold crown. She has on a cape that is just of different shapes. Like, you wouldn't think this is what she's going to wear with this. It don't seem like, oh, I don't really go with it. But guess what? She is different. She is eclectic. She is awesome. And in her hand is this golden chalice type thing. And it looked scary at first. And I still can't tell you what it is. But she is holding it and it's worth something. It's golden. And it looks like maybe it has gargoyles or something. Let me see what I can receive with that. Because it also looks like it has a church or spire or whatever. You know what? Trust me when I say this, it's not blasphemous. But she is bigger than the indoctrination. She is bigger than the indoctrination. It's cute now. It's not scary. Because look how scary it would be if it was larger than her. It's not scary. It's not daunting. She's at peace and at rest with who she is. She is fully in her bag. She is Queen Spirit. She's in charge of herself. She's not fearful. She is at peace. She is aligned. Yes. And her life is colorful. Yes. All right. So, wow, a 7-card spread. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So let's talk to our friend chat right quick. Now, I hope this part of the reading has done its job and reminded you who TF you are. You are a queen, right? And now, in this third part of the video, of this video series, this video breakdown, we're going to bring in our good old friend Chat, right? And Chat is going to give us the breakdown with all the symbology and other things about these cards that I don't necessarily know, and help us bring it all together. Now, if you want to have your own reading with me, then go ahead and click the link in my bio and find your way to booking a seat so you and I could chat, chill, and get clarity. See you soon. And before you make your way over to the third video, y'all, go ahead and give this a share with another queen who needs to remember to adjust her crown, because it's for her. She has too much work to do to be down, despondent, and burnt all the way out. Let's lift our queens up. Pass this message along. See you in the third video. Bye now.